The president made big promises on the campaign trail to this industry, and this is a monumental step toward delivering on those. I mean, the Genius Act is really going to revolutionize our financial system.
Please welcome Bo Hines from the White House. Bo, I'm really interested in the fact that you guys just had the House pass the Genius and Clarity Acts. What do you think is the most immediate impact on both the industry and on the American consumer?
Well, look, I mean, the president made big promises on the campaign trail to this industry, and this is a monumental step toward delivering on those. I mean, the Genius Act is really going to revolutionize our financial system. It updates an archaic payment rail system that currently exists. It makes transactions more cost-effective, more expeditious, and more transparent. You know, I liken it to the ways in which we communicate and how technology's changed over the last several decades. The ways in which we move money really haven't, at least in traditional systems. So this is a monumental step forward, and we're super excited about it. We're going to have a big, beautiful bill signing ceremony here at the White House today. We're welcoming, obviously, the largest industry players along with many others. But look, you know, the bipartisan support for this was overwhelming. Over 300 votes in the House for the Genius Act. We had nearly 20 Democratic senators sign on in the other chamber. It's remarkable leadership, and it's a huge testament to the president here, a huge testament to our AI and crypto czar, David Sachs. He's done a phenomenal job. You know, like when we first stepped into these roles, everyone told us this was going to be extremely difficult. There's too much infighting in the space to get anything done. And look, now we're sitting here today. And, you know, we also understand this is just one piece of it, right? We have Clarity, which is market structure. You know, these companies need to know the rules of the road, who the regulator is, what authorities those regulators have. We're well on our way of achieving that as well. I mean, Clarity, I think, had overwhelming bipartisan support as well. There was close to 80 Democrats signed on there. Hopefully that's the momentum we need to get it done in the Senate. I think that it will be. And that product will get tightened up over there. But, you know, it's just an exciting time for the space. I mean, it really is. I mean, this is an industry that was a victim of policy through prosecution for the last decade. And I think today marks, you know, really a step in recognizing their legitimacy in the financial space and saying, look, these emerging technologies coming here are going to really change the world in the ways in which, you know, the everyday consumer interacts with their finances.
But we definitely understand how the previous administration was not supportive. You guys have really changed the whole tenor of that. You mentioned this being by having bipartisan support. I'm interested in how you think you can bring even more folks from both sides together to support this industry.
I think a lot of it's just education, and industry did a fantastic job on the Hill of getting folks to understand why this is so important. The U.S. has to be the leader in digital asset technological innovation, or else we're going to fall behind. And, you know, one thing that we were helping people understand with Genius is that not only does it change archaic payment rails, but it secures U.S. dollar dominance for decades to come. If you want to have access to our capital markets, you're going to have to use a dollar-backed stable. This is a great thing. It makes us less reliant on, you know, hostile foreign actors like China. It allows private businesses to actually be purchasing U.S. debt. You know, one of the stable players in this space is going to be the fourth largest purchaser of U.S. Treasuries this year. I mean, it's incredible. And it shows you just how important this space is. So, you know, we're just extremely excited. And I'm just so thankful for the president and David's leadership here. They've both been the guiding stars. But, you know, I'd be remiss not to thank Senator Hagerty as well. I mean, he was a champion throughout this process. Luke Pettit, his staffer, who's now over at Treasury, just got confirmed by the Senate as a undersecretary, has been fantastic. And it was really just a team effort. And once we got past those educational hurdles, I think the dam broke. You know, I mean, people were like, oh, this makes total sense. Let's move on it and let's do it now. And that's what's led us to being here today.
Midnight is a privacy-enhancing blockchain, introducing vital, programmable privacy and selective disclosure capabilities. It means DApps can allow users to control what information is revealed without putting sensitive data on-chain, allowing you to break free from the limitation of choosing between utility or privacy. We deserve more when it comes to privacy. Experience the next generation of blockchain that is private and inclusive by design. Break free with Midnight. Visit midnight.network/breakfree.
One of our recent guests referred to the U.S. as the super regulator. And so I'm interested in how you think that this regulation is going to affect other jurisdictions, other countries.
Oh, I think it's going to have, you know, ripple effect all over the globe. People are going to follow our leadership here, as they always do. You know, I think you're going to see people that have gone offshore start to come back onshore. Our message to those folks is welcome home. This is the best place to engage in business. We want you here interacting with our capital markets. We want you IPOing here. we're just really looking forward to all of these companies coming back on shore that have left. And I think the other jurisdictions will follow suit with what we're doing. I think that Genius effectively kills any CBDCs across the world. And look, we have the Anti-CBDC Act as well, which we're very supportive of. But I think you pretty much accomplish that with Genius. I mean, no one's going to want to use a government-backed stablecoin when they have access to all these different private opportunities. So there's a lot of things that are tucked in here that, and it's a little bit nuanced, but they're huge. They're hugely important to the United States of America, and the rest of the world is going to follow our lead.
Last question, Bo. I think about all the companies that moved overseas in the last bunch of years from the U.S. because they were really wary of what was going on here. What's your message to them about coming back and working within the U.S. itself?
Well, my message to them is that they know that the United States is the best place to do business. So welcome home. We look forward to having you back, and we look forward to working with you to drive the ship forward.